did say that I wasn't going to do any more messages today, but another one has come through. This is a message for anyone that has been choosing themselves recently, and this message is about choosing yourself is great, especially at the beginning, but it comes with a warning. And the warning is that if you continue to choose yourself constantly, you can end up isolating yourself. And this is about you bringing forward what you have learned into the arena of life. So it's what you have learned and the experiences that you've had, the time that you have spent growing by yourself, working on yourself, choosing yourself. It's now time to bring those gifts out. It's time for you to take what you have learnt, what this time working on yourself has actually taught you, and then bringing that knowledge into the arena, putting it into practice. So let's get into this and see what is this warning that it's giving you then, because it's about choosing yourself for too long and isolating yourself. So it might be time for you to get back into the arena now and start actually practicing what you've learnt. Pegasus, transcending. You have reached the jackpot. You've hit the point now of you have transcended. You've transcended the ego self. And this is bringing you to a more soul level of discernment. So let's see what the runes are telling us about this discernment. Isa. It hasn't been easy for you, and you may be still in this process of observation, observing yourself in situations, but we can never truly do that until we actually have these experiences in front of other people. Show yourself just how much you have grown, how much you have opened the throat chakra, how much you are allowing yourself to be expressive from a place of truth, rather than a place of, is this just what I think I should be doing because this is how it's always been. Now, for many of you, this situation can actually be around family, where you may be still responding to your family in a way of what version you feel you should be for them, rather than the version of yourself that you are now, that you have created, that you have unveiled, if you like. Yera is representing the cycles of natural growth that you have been going through at this period of time. And it's all pointing to you are ready. You are ready now to have new experiences, to bring this out into the world, because the more that you sit at home waiting for something to happen, it's not going to happen. You have to actually now, the initiation part of this journey for you is about getting out there. Lagos is all about flow. So this is like jumping in to the rapids and seeing, what you've learned. Can you navigate through the challenges on this next part of the journey? So let's see what the challenge is all about. Okay, well, the first card that came out was the High Priestess. So some of you are learning to trust your intuition at this time. And that's actually helping you to drop your defenses a little bit, because you have become so good at owning your energy and walking into a room now, knowing what you're about, who you are, and it's changing the game. It's changing the game for you. So the challenge to your intuition then, to your ability to see clearly. We have the moon in reverse. Since you've been doing this, you're still getting this like icky feeling in certain situations, and you're not sure what it's telling you, what it's teaching you. So it's like you feel like there's something hidden, and that's creating in you this belief that you haven't actually grown, that you haven't really learned anything in this time of solitude, but you have. And that's what you need to know right now, is you've grown far more than you realize you have. Even if your environment hasn't changed, or the people around you haven't changed, you have. And this is about you bringing forward that true self. There's been an element of patience, waiting. This is what Easter is talking about as well. It's like this observational stage. There's only so far that you can observe yourself. And there's a point where you have to come out of this temperance. You have to come out of this sort of like waiting patiently, and actually start expressing. There's something that you have, like an intention that set all the wheels into motion. Now, the reason that you started working on yourself may be from a situation that wasn't your choice, that you didn't really want, but it happened anyway. And instead of allowing it to consume you, you've actually grown through it. And that's allowing now what you want to manifest in your life to be able to come forward. So it's about you being bold and courageous in bringing that in. So what is that? What is this? Okay. It's a chance that you could take, but for some reason you're holding back from taking the chance. Now, for some of you, this could be because there's a fear that anything that comes into your life now could change this tranquil, peaceful state that you found. Got the Knight of Pentacles on there as well. So it's basically saying like slow and steady wins the race. And you have gone very, very slow and steady so far. But now it's time to, you are entering a point of being in a comfort zone, and that's going to stop the growth. So the Two of Wands is kind of suggesting that there has been a decision made in your mind, but now it's how do I execute this? How do I make this actually happen? The Ten of Swords on the bottom there kind of suggests that subconsciously you believe that you sabotage things, that people don't like you, or that they're talking behind your back, that there's a lack of genuinity. Is that a word? A lack of genuine sort of people around you. The Six of Cups is kind of suggesting that you are thinking too much in the past. So this chance that you are holding back from taking, it's a fear of things reoccurring, patterns actually haven't been collapsed, and there's a fear that you will just re-enter that pattern again. So what advice do we have for you moving through this? What advice do we have? Okay, Three of Cups in the reverse. The advice here is that there are some people in your life you may need to let go of and move away from. These could be friends, it could be family members. For some, it could even be a partner, a spouse, something like that. Not saying you need to go and divorce somebody, but if you are feeling held back and you are feeling like you are just staying in this zone of like, I'm just working on me, I'm just focusing on me, you are actually isolating yourself now. It's time to actually start walking your talk, is what I'm getting. So the advice on this around you removing these people from your life, yeah, Queen of Swords. There's some difficult conversations going to come up in your life soon, if they're not already happening right now. And in these difficult conversations, this is about you authentically speaking, speaking from a place of truth and integrity. And I can see you doing that now. And we have the star on the bottom, which is your confirmation here that when you do that, that it's actually going to be bringing in a lot of what you've been wishing for and hoping for. Seeing yourself in a better light, opening that voice. What else do we have for you on this? Yeah, it's leading to a whole realization and like an element of enlightenment for you, that you've kind of kicking yourself that now you are starting to speak more authentically and you're just saying what you feel and what you think, taking the lead in your life. It's opened your eyes to this realization of actually the power that you actually hold over your life, and that, people that have tried to have that hold over you, they've all been part of the experience here in you finding your voice, which is a positive thing. So let's get an outcome for you if you start to step out now into the arena with your knowledge. Two of Pentacles, bringing things into balance, bringing a new type of flexibility into your life as well, which you didn't feel was possible or capable for you to do. And that's leading to completion in some area of your life. There is a completion to a cycle happening here. I feel like some of you're already on the brink of it and you can feel it, you know it. So if this resonates with you and you feel that this is talking to you, then please do get in touch for a personalised reading. Drop me a DM and I would love to continue this reading for you. Have a blessed evening.